Have you ever scrolled through your feed, paused on a photo from a runway show in Paris or Milan, and frowned? You see a model wearing a structure that looks like a dress, and more like a chaotic sculpture. Maybe the sleeves drag across the floor, or the mask covers the entire face, or the proportions are so exaggerated that the human form underneath is almost invisible. The first instinct for the average person is to laugh. They roll their eyes. They ask the same question every single time. Who would actually wear that to the grocery store? But that question reveals the fundamental disconnect. It is the divide between clothing and fashion. Clothing is utility. It is what keeps you warm and covers your body. Fashion, in its purest, most creative form, is something entirely different. We have to accept a somewhat elitist, yet undeniable truth. Creative fashion is not understandable for everyone. It is an art form that everyone can't understand, and quite frankly, it isn't meant to be easily digested. When a designer sends a piece down the runway that looks bizarre or alien, they aren't trying to sell you a practical outfit for your morning commute. They are painting, they are sculpting. But instead of clay or canvas, they are using heavy wools, sheer organza, distressed leather, and the human body itself. They are communicating an emotion, a political statement, or a dreamscape. To the untrained eye, a deconstructed jacket with raw hems and misplaced buttons looks like a mistake. It looks messy. But to those who speak the language of style, it represents a rebellion against perfection. It challenges the rigid standards of what society tells us we should look like. It is a visual protest. This is why it is so difficult for the general public to grasp high-concept collections. We are conditioned to look for logic. We want things to make sense. We want symmetry and functionality. But true creativity is often chaotic. It is meant to provoke a reaction. If you look at a collection and feel confused or even angry, the art has done its job. It made you feel something. It disrupted your day. Think about the texture and the architecture involved. A designer might spend 6 months figuring out how to make silk stand up like steel, defying gravity. They might create a silhouette that erases the waistline to challenge the sexualization of the body. These are intellectual pursuits, not commercial ones. There is also a trickle-down effect that most people ignore. The strange, unwearable art you see dictates the colors and cuts you will buy in a department store 3 years from now. The avant-garde is the laboratory. It is where the experiments happen. So, creative fashion remains an exclusive club, not because of the price tag, but because of the mindset required to appreciate it. It requires you to suspend your disbelief. It asks you to stop looking for a shirt and start looking for a story. It is a complex, messy, beautiful language spoken in thread and needle, and it is perfectly okay if not everyone speaks it. Art, after all, isn't about being understood by the masses. It's about being felt by the few who are listening.